Why do some aircraft engines have a critical range of operation? The engine and propeller combination have a resonant frequency problem in which excessive vibration can occur in a certain range of RPM. The tachometer for an aircraft with this limitation is marked with a red arc. When it is necessary to pass through this range, it must be done as quickly as practical. The centrifugal twisting moment on a propeller blade tends to move the blades towards high pitch or low pitch. Towards low pitch. Do counterweights on a propeller tend to move the blades towards high pitch or towards low pitch? Towards high pitch. What is the function of the accumulator used with some Macaulay feathering propellers? The accumulator stores oil under pressure when the engine is operating normally. This oil is used to help the propeller blades move towards the low pitch when the propeller is being unfeathered. What is meant by the alpha range of operation of a turboprop propeller? This is the in-flight mode of operation from takeoff to landing. Should an adjustable pitch propeller be in high pitch or in low pitch for takeoff? In low pitch. What can be done to prevent the front cone from bottoming when installing a propeller on a spline shaft? Install a spacer behind the rear cone to move the propeller forward on the shaft. Why is the propeller indexed to the engine crankshaft? The relationship between the propeller and the engine crankshaft is chosen to produce the minimum vibration. What is the function of the snap ring inside the hub of a propeller that is mounted on a tapered or spline shaft? The snap ring allows the propeller to be pulled off of the shaft when the retaining nut is backed off. What are the basic types of propellers? Fixed pitch, ground adjustable, constant speed non-feathering, and a constant speed feathering. What materials are propeller blades made from? Wood, aluminum, and composite structure. What is adjusted inside the governor for a constant speed propeller to change the speed at which the propeller is operating? The compression of the speeder ring. What is done to cause Macaulay propeller to feather? Oil is allowed to drain out of the propeller. What keeps a Macaulay feathering propeller from feathering when the engine is shut down on the ground? A spring-loaded latch mechanism prevents the blades moving into the feathered position when the engine is shut down on the ground. In the air, aerodynamic forces keep the propeller rotating fast enough that centrifugal forces hold the blades unlatched so that they can move to the feathered position when the oil pressure is taken out of the propeller. What is done to cause a hydromatic propeller to feather? High-pressure engine oil is directed into the propeller through the governor. What does the pilot do to change the RPM of an engine equipped with a constant speed propeller when it is operating within the constant speed range? The pilot moves the propeller pitch control. This changes the compression on the speeder ring inside the governor, which moves the pilot valve. The pilot valve directs oil into or out of the propeller to change the pitch of the blades. The change in pitch changes the air load on the propeller, which changes the RPM. What is the difference between a controllable propeller and a constant speed propeller? Basically, it is the control system. A controllable pitch propeller uses a manually operated oil valve to control the pitch, and a constant speed propeller uses a governor to control the valve. When making a magneto check on an engine equipped with a constant speed propeller, should the propeller control be in the low pitch or high pitch position? It should be in the low pitch, high RPM position. What is meant by the beta range of operation of a turboprop propeller? This is the mode of ground operation. It includes starting, taxiing, and ground reverse operation. What controls the blade angle of a propeller when operating in the beta range? When operating in the beta range, blade angle is controlled by the position of the power lever. Where do you find a list of lubricants that are approved for use in a constant speed propeller? In the maintenance manual for the propeller. What is the extent of the repairs a mechanic with a Powerplant rating can make to a propeller? Only minor repairs or minor alterations. Where can examples of acceptable repairs to aluminum alloy propeller blades be found? In AC 4313, 1B, Chapter 8, Section 4, and in the propeller's manufacturer's service manuals. Is it permissible to cold straighten a damaged aluminum alloy propeller blade to facilitate shipping it to a repair station? No, this could cause hidden damage that may render the blade non-repairable. What would be the classification of maintenance for shortening a propeller blade? Major repair. May transverse cracks in a metal propeller blade be repaired? No, a transverse crack of any size is a reason for rejecting the blade. What damage to an aluminum alloy propeller blade can be repaired by a mechanic holding a Powerplant rating? Small roughness, nicks, and scratches to the leading edges of the blades. How are small nicks removed from the leading edges of a propeller blade? File them out with a fine file or stone, leaving a smooth contour. How can you determine that the surface scratch in an aluminum alloy propeller blade is not actually a crack? Clean the damage out to a saucer-shaped depression and spray the area with dye-penetrant liquid. Allow it time to seep into the crack. If one is present, then wipe all of the liquid off the surface. Spray the area with the developer. If the damage is actually a crack, the developer will pull the penetrant out and it will form a visible line. Who or what facility is authorized to perform major repairs to a propeller? An FAA-approved propeller repair station that is authorized for the specific propeller. What checks and maintenance is a mechanic with a Powerplant rating allowed to make on a propeller? Check the track of the propeller blades, remove small nicks and scratches from the blades, check the dynamic balance of a propeller, lubricate the propeller. What adjustment can a mechanic with a Powerplant rating make to a propeller governor? Adjust the maximum RPM stop. What instrument is used to measure the blade angle of a propeller? A universal propeller protractor. Where is the propeller protractor placed to measure the propeller blade angle? At a distance from the center of the propeller hub. This distance is specified in the propeller maintenance manual in terms of propeller blade stations. What are the basic steps for removing a typical propeller? Remove the spinner and remove safety wire from the mounting bolts. Support the propeller with a sling and mark the alignment between the propeller hub and the engine flange with a felt-tipped pin. Unscrew the mounting nuts and protect the threads of the mounting studs or bolts as the propeller is removed. Place the propeller on a cart for transport. What alignment method is used to align the propeller to the engine in a position that reduces operating vibrations? Special studs or dowel pins align the propeller to the engine in the proper orientation. Who is allowed to reduce the diameter of a type certificate propeller? An FAA certificated propeller repair station with approval for the particular propeller. Which type of certificate data sheet specifies that a propeller can be installed on the aircraft in question? The aircraft TCDS specifies which propellers are approved for installation. What is meant by a slave engine with regards to propeller synchronization? This is the engine in a multi-engine airplane whose RPMs follow those set on the master engine. How are propellers on a twin-engine airplane synchronized? The propeller governor of the master engine is set to the desired RPM. A signal from the master engine governor is sent to the control box, which sends a signal to a stepping motor. This motor adjusts the propeller governor and fuel control of the slave engine, causing it to maintain exactly the same RPM as the master engine. How is ice prevented from forming on propeller blades? A chemical anti-icing system is used. A mixture of isopropic alcohol and ethanol glycol is pumped into the slinger ring on the back of the propeller hub. From there, centrifugal force slings it out along the blades. Ice cannot form on the resulting slick surface. How is ice removed from the propeller blades? An electrothermal de-icing system is used. Electrical heating elements are embedded in the rubber boots that are bonded to the leading edges of the blades. Low voltage DC flows from the propeller de-icer control through the brushes and slip rings to the heating elements. The timer sends current to one propeller for about 90 seconds and then the other for the next 90 seconds. This allows the ice to form and then break loose and blow away. How can you determine the electrically heated de-icer boots on the propeller blades are working as they should? Observe the low meter or ammeter to see the proper current is flowing, and follow the sequence of boot heating by feeling with your hands to see which one is heating. The boots should have all similar heat rise in the same length of time.